Drafting the Magic features the thoughts and opinions expressed by Christian Ilton, Eric Pesolano, and today's guest, and do not in any way reflect the views or opinions of the Walt Disney Company or any of its subsidiaries. All right, Christian, we are now in the back half of the century of our episodes. This is now
Unbelievable.
episode 51. We've made it this far. It only took 5 years, but here we are
Gotta stop talking
doing,
about that.
yeah, we're never going to let it go. We're talking quick service restaurants from all around the United States, both coasts, and we really need to stop doing these before we eat.
Seriously, what are we doing here, man? Oh my gosh. Yeah, regardless, this should be a good one. Coast to
Yeah,
coast, coast to coast food. I love it. I love it. I love food. Anyway, but
food are
quick service too is like it's a some are good, some are bad.
right, and I always find our food episodes interesting because there's not a whole lot of you taking from me taking from you, right? We
Hmm.
do attractions. Everybody kind of knows what the big ones are going to be, and
Yeah.
it's who's going to get it first.
Yeah.
Whereas when it comes to food, there's just so many options that a lot of the, and you and
Hmm.
I, we like to eat, but a lot of the time we don't have similar tastes. So we never know where the other one's going to go a lot of the time, except there's one or two that I know you're going to grab. So,
That's true. That's true. You know what? You know what people need to do when they watch us and listen to us? They need to like and subscribe.
oh, right.
Has nothing to do with food, but like and subscribe. Make sure that you follow us on all the socials, and make sure that you're telling all your friends about Drafting the Magic. There, that was my little piece about advertisement.
But that's how we get fed.
That's
So see it
true.
all
That's true.
synergy.
Yeah, synergy. So, what should we do next? I forget. What do we do with? Oh, that's right. We get a guest judge. Let's get our guest judge in here. All right, everybody. We are so excited to welcome Amber from Park Hop with Amber. You've probably heard of her. If you haven't, now you have. Amber, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Hey, we're glad to have you. And Eric, we're talking food today because
Yeah.
Amber and her TikTok, Instagram, everything, she's talking quick service restaurants, and I'm so hungry. So, Eric, I thought, you know what? Why not torture myself and let's talk about food today?
Well, that's what we love to do. We love to do this to ourselves, especially on times when we haven't eaten yet today. Hi, I'm that person. So I need to make sure that doesn't cloud my judgment when I'm making these picks, because right now anything sounds good, and that
Mhm.
might be a problem for me.
That might be a problem. Amber, you have built this social media fame of being about the Disney parks. Tell us a little bit about you, how you got into Disney in the first place, and then how it bubbled into this social media empire you've built with Park Hop.
Oh gosh, well, thanks. So I am an Orlando local, so I was kind of born into the Disney world. Did you like that? Uh,
Nice.
my my dad worked at Jungle Cruise in the very early stages. I think he was the youngest skipper ever. He loves to talk about that. My aunts and uncles worked on the first day of the opening in a marching band. All of this was just pumped into our brains as kids that Disney is the place to be. So I grew up with annual passes, super lucky. And then when I went to college, I moved away, and Disney wasn't really on my mind until I became a parent. Over 9 years ago, I was in LA and we went to Disneyland for the first time. And that's really all she wrote. Disneyland is to me, not only the happiest place, but I would say maybe the most magical place. Sorry, not sorry. And I just re-fell in love with it. And after living there, going to the parks every weekend, sometimes multiple days, making the drive from LA, which is, if you know, you know, that is a commitment. We ended up moving back to Orlando and just seeing Disney World as kind of an outsider for the first time since being a kid. Things have really changed. It takes a lot of planning. It takes just so much strategy. So it really, me experiencing that and then becoming an annual pass holder again, came up with the idea of, hey, if I was struggling, I know people are struggling with their planning. So that's kind of how my channel started. And now I'm all about sharing tips and tricks, budget saving ideas for families.
That's awesome. As somebody with a family who is constantly looking at budget saving, we're going to Disney World next year, and trust me, I will be making sure I know where all the budget spots are by going through all of your content. So you're going to get a mass extra of boost of views because I'm going to make every single one of my 8 or 9 family members that's going on this trip watch it. So it'll be okay. That's not that huge of a boost, but still, we're going to get you some more views in that case.
Every view
Um,
counts.
yeah, every view counts. And Eric, you and I are lovers of food. So when
Mhm.
when we found Amber, this seemed like a good fit. But we have some rules for this quick service location draft of everywhere. It's not Disney World. It's not Disneyland. We're doing them all, dude.
Coast to coast, as we like to say every now and again here on the show.
Yes.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick our 5 quick service restaurants, and they have to be in park. That's one thing we talked about. And the other thing that we talked about was you can only take one from a park. You can't take more than one from any single park. So all 5 picks have to come from a different park. And yes, for those of you counting at home, there's only 6 parks.
Uh-huh.
So one of them is going to be left out from each of us, but it's got to be all different. So you can't just load up in one location. That's the strategy for today.
It's crazy. I threw that shell at you very, very late in this planning
Yeah,
process,
because I
but
made a list and now most of it is not gonna. It's just I got a bunch of backup plans now is what
that's
I
fine.
have.
That's all we need. That's all you need is backup plans. Well, we have Amber here with us from Park Hop with Amber. This is Drafting the Magic, episode 51, the 11th episode of our third season. I can math. That was fun. Anyway, and we are diving into quick service locations from coast to coast, Disney World and Disneyland. I have the first pick, and I am so
Mhm.
excited to have that. And I feel like it's a leg up in a different way because some of these parks are limited on their options. So we talked about it before we started recording. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm jumping into Disneyland and getting one of my favorite spots ever off the board. Amber's already showing me a nervous look. I'm
I can't
worried.
wait.
Get me into Adventureland. We're going to Bengal Barbecue. It is one of the best spots, and I would argue from a value standpoint, some of the best because for $5 or $6, actually that was before I looked, so now it's probably $74 for a skewer. But regardless, Disney's upping prices like crazy. I love Bengal Barbecue, and in a draft where I don't love a lot of Disneyland's quick service locations, I wanted to go high here. So Eric, what do you think of me taking Bengal Barbecue off the board so early?
Well, I had 3 skewers there the last time I was there at like 11:30 at night. So I would say it was definitely one of the ones on my list. Of course,
Mhm.
before we started recording, the three of us were talking about Disneyland and how many great options there are there. So there's a lot you can choose from. I do like Bengal. It was on my list. It was not my top choice, but I can see why you would try to go grab it immediately. So yeah, no, that's a good
That's
pick by you.
that's okay. That means you still have a pick. We love that. Anyway,
Yeah.
what doesn't matter is what you think about it at all,
Nope.
really. What really matters is what Amber thinks. Amber, what do you think of Bagel Barbecue?
I think that this location is one where when I'm walking around Disney World, I'm shaking my head saying, don't you see the missed opportunity here? Like
Hmm.
Mhm.
nothing in Disney World is similar. And I think that that's a huge miss on World side, if that gives you any indication of my thoughts here.
Here's what I'm going to say. Add more kitchen to Aloha Isle. All right. You can throw something in there that could have Bengal barbecue skewers. And maybe you could, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have to be called Bengal barbecue, but like you have spots in that area. I don't know.
I know.
I love it. And I agree. When I'm in Adventureland out in Florida, I'm thinking, boy, it would be really cool if I had a Bengal barbecue skewer here. So, what's your favorite, Eric? Do you have a favorite? I'm a Banyan beef. That's probably my favorite one.
I'm a pork belly guy.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Amber, do you have any favorites? Do you remember the list?
Is one just the Bengal
Yep,
skewer?
yep, the Bengal
Okay, so
skewer. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that
yeah.
that's my classic favorite. And have you done the hack where you take that with the cheese? Yeah,
I
yeah.
have not done that yet, but
Okay.
I've heard so many good things about it, so I'm
Yeah,
going to at
that
some point.
that is a must.
Oh,
100%. It will make you feel quite disgusting, but it's all about balance,
I'm
right?
used to it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, no, I haven't done that. The other one that I will say, and you will never hear me talk about vegetables very well on this show, but the asparagus wrapped in bacon is delicious. That was fantastic.
Hmm.
And I've recently there was a period of my life where I would not touch asparagus, and now I'm like, let's go, keep bringing it. And oh my gosh, wrap it in bacon? What are you nuts? It's so good.
When
So
I step up to the register and they ask me what can I get you, I just say yes.
all of it, please.
Just
You're
one
good
of
for
everything.
me. Agreed.
I'll take all of it. Well, that takes my round one off. Here we are. Now we're going to Eric's round one, or Eric's round one, wherever Eric is on your screen. He's going to his round one. And Eric, you have a full board here. You can go wherever you want.
I do, and because of what you just did, I don't have to touch Disneyland until my last pick, so I can
Sure.
hold off and wait, which means I can kind of shovel things around. So what I take here at number one may not necessarily be a number one pick for me anywhere else, but I can go to, one of five other theme parks at this point in time. And I'm looking at my list, and I had done. You brought up a good point last episode about not doing research before we do
Mm-hmm.
these, and I
Uh-huh.
I did it anyway, and I
Ah,
probably
you
shouldn't have
nuts.
because then we settled on, what the rules were going to be. So I'm looking at my list here, and like I said, my number one pick right now may not be somebody else's number one pick, but I just need to grab something from somewhere else. So I'm going to go to what is one of my top two favorite quick service restaurants of all time,
Ooh.
and it hurts a little bit because I don't think people feel the same way as me. But I love this place so much. And I was actually talking about it with my brother last night just before I started preparing my list. And he said, "What's your next episode going to be?" And I told him, and he's like, "Oh, you got to go to this one." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I don't know if everybody else loves it, but I do." And you were just talking barbecue. So I'm going to talk barbecue, and I'm going to go all the way to the opposite coast and go to Flame Tree Barbecue at Animal Kingdom because
Whoa.
that is a place that I stop at every single time I've ever been in Animal Kingdom. There has not been a single time that I passed on Flame Tree when I've been in that park. So that's where I'm going at number one.
Wow. Flame Tree Barbecue in the first round. No
Yep.
one had that on their board. No,
Nope.
Vegas is spiraling right now. They did not have that. That is the field. Somebody was betting on the field and they nailed it. Wow. Okay, Flame Tree. Wow. I
Yeah.
think I've had a turkey leg there. If I remember correctly, I think I've had a is that
Oh man.
would they have turkey legs there? Is that correct?
I think
Maybe
they
I'm not.
they they do. I believe. I think it's smoked. It's a little different.
Okay, because I know
But
I've
I've never had a turkey leg there if they do have it. I'm sticking to the ribs. I'm sticking to the chicken, like
oh.
that's where I'm going
Mm.
when I go there. So yeah, you're right though. Vegas didn't have that on the
I,
board.
I could not remember where I had the turkey leg. I just remember there was a bird walking by me because it's Animal Kingdom.
It's Animal Kingdom.
While I was eating a turkey leg, and I was like, "This feels wrong,"
Yeah,
and
slightly.
yet right at the same time. Anyway, Amber, what do you think of Flame Tree going here in round one?
I think that Animal Kingdom is known for great snacking. I do think that some of the other quick service options there may be where people would tend to gravitate. I personally do love Flame Tree. I love they have a loaded mac and cheese that
Hmm.
has the pulled pork. A few years ago, they had giant onion rings that were on top. It incredible. So I think, especially as I'm doing my budgeting and all of that, there are some great options there that are going to fill you up all day. So I kind of like this pick.
Oh, that is me wiping the sweat off my brow, is what that is. It's,
All right.
everybody I've ever talked to who goes to Animal Kingdom, it never gets brought up, and I don't understand why, especially for its location. It's closer to the front of the park than a lot of
Hmm.
the other ones. But it might be that people don't end up going around to Dino Land until closer to the end of the day. I don't know what people's strategy is when they go to Animal Kingdom, but I usually end up over there midday around lunchtime. I don't know how because that's not how the park is set up at all, but that's just it seems to be how it works out, and we always have to stop.
Mm,
Good
yum.
one.
I'm thinking about Animal Kingdom and my strategy. My strategy has always been either getting to Everest or getting to Kilimanjaro Safari first. And I guess now you can put Pandora in there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but where do we end up? Do we just end up at a water park the second half of the day? I don't know. But yeah, no. I thought about going to a quick service at Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach just to randomly throw it because we did say in
Yeah.
park, but
Yeah.
I'm not doing that because they're not as good as the ones in the parks.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
true.
so there is round one in the books. Bengal barbecue and flame tree. Oh my God, flame tree? Yeah, flame tree. That's what you
Yes.
said. Okay, I was like, why did I just say the wrong one? Flame tree here in round one. We're thinking we got barbecue on the mind. Will
I
barbecue come
guess.
up again? We'll see. It's not going to come up for me here in round two though, because round two though, I am going to what has quickly become probably my favorite quick service location in Walt Disney World. And it comes in a park that doesn't have a lot of great quick service locations. It has a lot of okay quick service locations. It has amazing table service because I could go and sit in a car. I could go to Hollywood Brown Derby. I could go to 50s prime time. But get me over to Fairfax Fair and get me one of those bowls that they've got going with the waffle, what is it, like the waffle bowl, and it's the Korean. Oh my gosh, it was one of the best things. And in a park where I feel like my only quick service options are that or that studio backlot nasty burger in the corner. This is a pretty good spot. Eric, I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's right over there. They got the chicken nuggets over there and all that kind of stuff, which by the way, I will still fight to the death that Disney World chicken nuggets somehow are the best chicken nuggets in the world. I don't know why. I'm sure that they just buy them in a freezer bag at Sam's Club or something like that. But Fairfax Fair, one of my favorite spots, Eric.
I think you're catering to the judge and you're politicking a little bit here for taking a place that's named after a location in Los Angeles
All right.
for somebody who knows both coasts, Christian.
You're right. I'm gonna go to the Fairfax Market in DCA in one of the next couple rounds and get a banana. Oh yeah, just to cater to the judges. No, yeah, we're not doing that. But Amber, what do you think of this pick, Fairfax Fair here in round two?
I think that Fairfax Fair, I mean, you don't know, this is my thinking. Fairfax Fair is actually the only place in all of Disney World parks that for breakfast they serve Mickey waffles and bacon.
Oh,
That's the only place that you can get it. Quick service in the parks, unless you're going to like a sit down or you're staying at a resort. So it has
huh.
a soft spot in my heart because of that.
And I didn't even think of the breakfast
You didn't even,
normality
but
of this,
now you
which
will. Next time,
see,
there's nothing like the smell of the waffles in the morning. The bowls, I think, are very interesting because it
they're
has this
interesting as a
full,
word, man. There's
interesting.
some weird
Yeah.
options.
Yeah. So I like the breakfast.
Well, I'll take it. It's the location that counts, so
There
I'll
you
take
go.
it in
There
this
you go.
case. Score. I'll take that. Eric, it's not what I was going for, but here we are. So now you get to go to round two, and you've got multiple options here.
Yeah, we also got to
Advantage?
stop recording podcasts before I have breakfast.
No kidding, dude.
I got to
Yeah,
plan
Amber's
this
out on
better.
the East Coast. We're out here on the West
Yeah,
Coast. It is
yeah,
early.
yeah.
It is early. I'll tell you that.
All
It's
right.
not that early. I promise. It's not.
No, it's
We're
not
not.
that
It's not
early.
like 3 a.m. But
Yeah,
it is at a
no,
time where Eric and I should have probably eaten something by now, and we haven't.
true. And I called a hockey game last night
Oh,
at
what are you
10
nuts?
p.m., so I didn't get to bed till early in the morning
Yeah.
myself. Anyway, let let's see here. Oh my gosh, I've got a ton of options. Now, obviously, people know, and we sound like a broken record when we talk about this. Christian has way more options to choose from than I do because I don't eat a ton when I'm inside the parks, which I'm just running around to attractions all day because I don't go there
Nuts.
that often.
You're not eating.
Um, so my thought here is I'm gonna stay on the East Coast, and I'm gonna take a risk here. And this is where my New England roots come out and start to show.
Uh,
Christian has an idea of what that means.
an idea. I know exactly where you're going.
I think I do too.
All right, so I'm gonna go to Magic Kingdom, and I'm gonna go to a place that has a sister location, if you will, out here in California. There's not a whole lot of seating next to the one in California. It's just kind of a shack. We have the Harbor Galley out here, and out there on the east coast of Magic Kingdom, we have the Columbia Harbor House, which again, for my money, serves a maybe the best version of a lobster roll you're going to get in a theme park. I mean, you wouldn't think about it too much, but both Magic Kingdom and Disneyland have wonderful options for lobster rolls. And this is another place that I just love to go to. So I'm going to take it there, number two.
That's a good pick. I'm not a huge lobster guy, so this
Mm.
is not like my forte at all, but I can appreciate that everyone and their mother eats there because everybody else seems to love the lobster side of things. Amber, what do you think of the Harbor House going here?
I think that for Magic Kingdom, which is my least favorite
Mhm.
park as far as food, this is a super solid option. I cover a lot of kids' meals that are also perfect for adults, which Disneyland does not really have many that I would say an adult should order. Columbia Harbor House, the salmon platter kids meal is super inexpensive. You can get two sides and a drink, I think for under $9. I think that this is a solid choice. I do wish that we had the cookies that you guys have on your
Oh,
list.
Mm,
That would
sure
take
don't.
it to the next level, but for Magic Kingdom, this is a solid choice.
Christian, did you have the pumpkin ones they had this year?
I'm not a pumpkin guy. My
Oh, that's
wife
right. You're
did
not.
though, and she said like 10 out of 10. So she said they were amazing. But I'm not a pumpkin guy. Nah, nah, get that out of here. Give me the Christmas, man. Give me the Christmas foods.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge pumpkin fan. I would eat them just to kind of to see what it was.
That's
But
fair.
back to Amber's point, by the way, it's strange that I've had deja vu with the last couple of picks that you've been describing that I've heard those same things from other people who are not as ingrained in the QSR scene. And now I wonder if they're fans of yours. So that's probably where that's probably where they're getting their
Mm.
information.
Oh, I
I'd
won't
have to
flatter
guess.
myself, but
But we will. So,
But we will. Yeah.
oh my goodness. All right. So that is what that's round three, round
Two.
two. Oh my gosh, we have
Yes.
three rounds to go. Holy
Yep.
smokes. We
you're
still have so
starving
much.
at this
I'm
point.
starving.
I
There's
know.
still
This
so much
is
food to take. All right, well, let's jump into round three by coming back out to the West Coast. And I'm going to go to Disney California Adventure because there are again, there's more quick service locations that are good here. But it's still like, are they amazing or are they just okay? And that's kind of my big kind of leveling. And so we are going to go to Disney California Adventure. And we are going to go. Oh, I'm taking like deep breaths here. I'm so worried about saying this incorrectly. Or saying the wrong one, but I think I've decided. Um, I told myself I was going to DCA. Where do I want to go? I'll tell you right now, it is between Casino Cucamonga, or whatever they now call it, now that it's been San Francisco, or I'm going to what used to be the Pacific Wharf Bakery, but what's it called now? The Aunt
and
Cassie's,
Cass and
Aunt
Cass.
Cass. Sorry,
Yeah.
Big
And
Hero
Cass
6
Cafe.
fans, but I still don't understand why they took over that area because it was fine the way it was. But anyway, I get it. Big Hero 6 is cute in the corner, but why'd you have to change the names and all the things? You know what? Let's go to Casino Cucamonga. Let's go over there. It's a good spot, especially if you want the the quesadillas over there are fantastic. They've got a great birria quesadilla. They've got other good stuff over there. You're in Southern California. You should get some Mexican food. Is it the most authentic Mexican food? No, it's kind of the Olive Garden of Italian food, but it's very shout out to our friends at Olive Garden. Who yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, we're gonna lose that sponsorship.
Regardless, let's go over to Cocino Cucamonga. It's a good spot. Eric, what do you think? Have you been
Oh,
over
I was
there
gonna. I
recently?
would. I haven't been over there recently, but I have
Okay.
eaten there many, many times.
Okay.
And they haven't changed it a ton.
No, yeah.
There's things that have changed a little bit here and there. They've kind of kept it the same. I like it. Mexican food is it's hard to mess up a lot of the times.
That's true.
And yeah, but yeah, no, it's good. It's not my favorite place in DCA, which means if I want to go there, I can wait till my next pick.
That's true.
No, I like it. Yeah.
I was also contemplating, for the record, I was contemplating Award Wieners, but then I was like, oh, that place is sometimes great and sometimes not. Shout out to them right now. They have the worst thing that I've ever had at a Disney park. The Snickers, deep fried Snickers thing that they're selling there. I think they're calling it the magic wand or something like that. It was terrible. And there was a huge line for it and it was awful.
Hmm.
There, I said it. Anyway, Amber, what do you think of Cocina Cucamonga before I get in trouble with the word wieners?
When I was a Disneyland local, that was one of my go-tos. I will say that area is just so crowded
That's
now
true.
that I don't know if I would go there just because of that crowd level. But the
Sure.
food definitely solid. Another one that Disney World just can't hold a candle to as far as, Mexican food. So I
Mhm.
think that it's a pretty solid choice for DCA.
All right, taking San Hell off my list for Epcot. The no, well, and my other thing is like, okay, it was already busy over there. Then they were like, oh, how do we make this worse? Let's put a character meet and greet in here too. That'll be fun. It just, I still don't I guess I get the stretch to San Francisco, San Francisco, so that I get where they bridged it, but that was an area where I'm like, you should have just, I mean, bulldoze it and do something new. Don't just slap a sticker on it and call it. I don't know. I'm still stressed when it comes to San Francisco, Eric. It's fine. I'm sorry, the port of San Francisco. Can't get that wrong. It is the port of San Francisco, not just San Francisco. But it has
You
no
know,
rides, and that's why that area will always suck until they have a ride there. I don't think you should be theming things after character. I don't know. Eric,
do
your
you,
thoughts?
you ready for this? I haven't
Uh-oh.
been there yet.
Oh my gosh, really?
Mhm.
Well, Ghirardelli is still Ghirardelli.
I
the
figured.
the
No.
bakeries, it's still Boudin. They just have these
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
weird characters over it for
Like,
different
right.
language now. The
Right.
one that I will say changed a bit is Antcast. It's and not in a good way. Like I think they had the bread bowls. I think they had that running perfect, and now they've kind of added it to have somewhat of a flair of the culture in that area. And I'm like, dude, just give me my chili and a bread bowl. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
need to.
right.
You can call it whatever you want. Don't screw up the menu. There, I said it. So that's where I'm finishing on my round three. Is ranting about the land that I picked in. So this is going great. Eric, how about you just take over? Thanks.
I was just gonna let you melt away. I'm just gonna sit here, and plus I had to figure out what I'm gonna do for my next
That's
pick.
fair.
But okay. Um, we've talked a lot about barbecue, we've talked a lot about Mexican food, right? We've talked about all these different options, but there's one thing that we haven't talked about yet. Well, you did a minute ago, Christian, and said it was awful, but dessert
Mm.
is something
Hmm.
that we haven't talked about yet. And I am
Just
gonna
to just to be clear, I didn't say all dessert's awful. I just said a
No, no, I know.
specific
Just
dessert.
well, we said the cookies were good, but then
Yeah,
you didn't like you're not a pumpkin guy. You hate all
pumpkin.
dessert
And
is
then
what I'm getting from this
that's
episode.
not true.
That's what it sounds like. I don't know. No pumpkin
Unbelievable.
cookies, no Snickers bar. All right.
Unbelievable.
Okay. So, because of that, I'm going to stay on the West Coast, the West Coast, on the East Coast. At 50-50 shot there, and I screwed it up. And I am going to go to my favorite theme park of all time, which Christian knows is Epcot.
Hmm.
And I'm going to go to a place that I like to go to grab a dessert, and not necessarily at dessert time, but any type or any time of the day. Um, let's go to France. How
Mm.
about, and earlier you said I'm going to screw up saying this. Now it's my turn to try
Yeah.
to say it. Um, La Halle Boulangerie Patisserie at number three, or yeah, number three for
It's
me.
in tight.
Apparently, I'm Dr. Seuss now, but I get a Napoleon every single time I go there. It's my favorite thing on the menu, and everything on the menu over there is my favorite. But Napoleon is always my go-to. The amount of desserts they have there is pretty much endless, and they have the display case right when you walk into the back. It's kind of in the back corner
Mhm.
of the location, and for me, I know what I want, and every time when they're like, "What can I get you?" and I'm just staring, salivating over the glass case, like, "Oh, right, yeah, no, I want the Napoleon and whatever you grab on the way. I don't care. I'll eat it all." So that's what I'm going with the number three.
That's a good spot. I'm not the biggest fan of the pastry, so this is never one on my list, but Amber seems to have a different opinion.
Okay, first of all, the seating situation is a little bit rough
Yeah,
here. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I cover a lot of, so like the dining plan at Disney World is a huge thing, and So they have snack credits that you could use on certain things, quick, whatever. This location to me has amazing uses of your snack credits. So not only do they have, Christian, you might like some of the savory options. So
Mhm.
Yes.
for breakfast, they have a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant that actually qualifies as a snack on the
Ooh.
dining plan. So it's like $10.
Everybody write this down.
Write this down. This is the way to kind of beat the system. But that's one of my go-tos for breakfast. I think that the savory option, you could get a full baguette, like a huge baguette that you could just walk around with.
That
You
was
can't go wrong.
that's a more like recent I probably social media realization for my wife where she was just like, I think next time I'm just getting a baguette and we're just gonna walk around with a
With the
baguette.
salted butter, like that is one of my go-tos. I think that there is something for everyone. They also have alcohol, frozen alcohol,
Hmm.
whatever you want. The line, a little bit rough, but I think that this is a super solid
That's a good
choice.
spot.
Now,
It's a good
Amber,
spot.
to your point, I have never directly paid for a Napoleon in my life because I was always on the dining plan.
There you
And
go.
I would always use the snack credit on it every time.
Basically free.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it means. Yeah. It's just free. That's what it is. I love this. I love it. All right. Now we go to round four. And round four, I've got a couple of options. I am excited to say that I get to stay in Walt Disney World for the rest of this draft. Eric can't say that, right? Yeah, you have to go to
Nope.
Disneyland at least once.
Well, no, I could go to Hollywood Studios if I wanted to, but I think we've
Yeah.
kind of covered that.
Studio, backlot, whatever the heck that's
Yeah.
called. Studio, whatever. Um, So I'm going to go to Epcot here. And I am going to go to a spot that wasn't my favorite at the beginning, but has grown on me a little
Hold
bit.
on a minute. Somebody changed your mind?
All right.
You are somebody who does not change a whole lot in that
That's
regard.
true.
You know your foods and you don't.
That's
Now
true.
I'm intrigued.
That's true. I'm going back to the barbecue thoughts that we had in the first round. I am going to
Oh, I
go
know. I knew it.
to
I was
Regal Eagle.
I knew it. I knew it.
Here in round four. Give it to me. I love it. Give me some delicious barbecue back in that American area. I remember the back in the day when the best food you could get in the American Pavilion was just a hot dog or a donut. And then we were like, you know what? We actually have good food here. Let's try it. And so we did. I love it. Let me get Regal Eagle here in round four. Eric, you have not been there yet, right?
I have not. But I was putting my list together last night and I was going because I used the app to do it, right? So I was going through all the QSR locations and I was like, oh, Christian's taking Regal Eagle. I know he is. I don't
Yep.
know when he's
Yep.
going to do it, but he's
Yep.
going to do it.
There were a couple other options, but that had to be on the list. Amber, what do you
Uh,
think of Regal Eagle here in round four?
I love Regal Eagle. I think that not only is the AC the best in the park, but even like right now it's Food and Wine Festival, it is so blazing hot that I will sometimes skip the booth just to go to Regal Eagle. And on that same like kids meal note, one of the best kids meal in all of Disney World is here. It's the kids mac and cheese with two sides and a drink. So I discovered actually a couple days ago, you can get an extra side of mac and cheese as one of your sides. It is like two of my heads combined. It's baked mac and cheese with the breadcrumbs. Then to make it even better, they have a barbecue sauce bar at this location. So I can load up on barbecue sauce, add it to my mac and cheese to get really wild. I love it. So you hit a really good one with this pick. I
Yes,
will.
I'll take it here in round
Hey,
four.
whoever decided to put breadcrumbs on mac and cheese should be given sainthood. Now, I'm not a religious person, but I just,
Game changer.
I
yeah.
mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and it's not overcomplicated. It's just taking breadcrumbs, and it works. It works perfectly. All right, Eric, your round four pick.
Huh. I have two parks to choose from.
You
I
do.
can go to Hollywood Studios or I can go to DCA.
Oh,
Those are the last two that I have not selected from yet.
so you didn't
Or I
take from
could
Disneyland.
go to Disneyland, but I forgot I already wrote in my pick for Disneyland and I left it at number 5. That's why I said
Ah,
that I can
got
only
it.
go to two other places. Yeah,
Got it.
my last pick will go to Disneyland. I'm saving the best for last because
Galactic
I
Grill.
think, yep.
Oh. Anyway,
Um, okay, DCA or DHS. Now, obviously, yeah, I don't really like the DHS options here, so I'm going to stick to DCA. And I'm going to go to my third favorite quick service location of all time.
Oh, I think I know. I think I know this.
It could lose me this draft,
Is it
and I don't
because they
care.
is it because they have a frozen Jack and Coke on the menu?
I know where we're going.
Is that
You think
why?
that's where I'm going?
I'm no, it's just a guess. I'm just guessing.
Okay, so here's the thing about smoke jumpers. All right. I have I assisted in that kitchen one time in my
Oh.
life, for a day, for 20 minutes. But and the cast members there are some of the most wonderful people you're going to meet on the planet. The food there is just not
It's not
it's
good.
just not for me.
So not
Yeah.
good. Okay, good.
Now
I'm glad you're
I
not taking smoke
yeah,
jumpers.
I wish the frozen Jack and Coke was distributed to more locations around the park.
Yep.
When I go to Smoke Jumpers, it's the only reason I go there is to get the
It's yeah.
frozen Jack and Coke. But yeah, no, I can't in good conscience go to Smoke Jumpers, and I'm going to go to a much more controversial place. That
Oh,
Christian, I'm surprised that you hadn't picked up on because it's me. Because what's my favorite food on the planet, Christian?
anything? You eat
Well,
everything?
yes, but what do I always talk about? What is my always my go-to?
I'm trying to think. What is your always go to?
Well, you talked a bunch of mess on this place earlier, so.
No, you're not going to award wieners, are
I'm
you?
doing it. I'm doing it. I'm going to
No.
award wieners because my chili cheese dog with the Fritos on top
That's
is
pretty
still
good.
one of my favorite things ever to get in the history of a Disney park.
Pretty good.
And and it was always a place that was never all that crowded because people really don't like hot dogs a ton, but Eric does. So I
Eric
was
does.
always
That's
going
right.
there.
No, you do. You do. Now that you've said it, no, of course you love hot dogs. So,
I
um,
do. It's what probably my favorite food on the planet. And everybody at home who's health conscious is like, you got to be kidding me. I had one at the hockey game last night.
oh, there you go.
Yeah, I got to go there at 4.
Award
It's
wieners.
another place that's close to the front of the park, right? Doesn't get a ton of foot traffic. It can get a lot of foot traffic, especially around if there's a cavalcade or a parade going on. But aside from that, man, it's just not one type of hot dog. There are a bunch of different options. You can top those things like crazy. The chili cheese will always be my favorite. I've had the other ones too. The spicy ketchup too is actually
Oh,
pretty.
it's
I'm not a
good.
spice guy,
Yeah.
but it's really
I'm not
good
a
if you get
ketchup
it. Yeah.
guy, and it's good.
Oh, really? I don't think I
Yeah.
knew that about
Yeah.
you.
Well, now
But
you know.
there you go. There's my DCA pick at number 4.
I'm not going to say it's not bad because I could have crashed and burned on it. They used to have a hot dog there. I don't remember what it was. It was like the Studio City or something like that.
I think it was a studio dog. Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite things. And now it's not there anymore, and it's something else. And I'm like, why'd you have to ruin a good thing? But good news is, my opinion doesn't matter. Amber's does. I'm really hoping she hates it, but we will see.
So, hot take. I also really like award wieners.
Gasp!
Thank
Where else can you get fries that are shaped like that?
The
I
film
can't
strip
think of
fries,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, so cool. And last time I was there in April, I got loaded fries. I think it had like pastor, it had like awesome
Mm.
salsa. I don't know. And I think last time I was there too, they had a hard seltzer that tasted exactly like a Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
Like
Hmm.
crazy. It was really good. So I think for DCA, that's a pretty solid choice. I would definitely go there.
that
I
sigh of relief is brought to you by Award Wieners.
I mean, I love award wieners. I would never talk bad on somewhere that the guest judge like. Ugh. Anyway, moving on. Okay, we are now in the final round, round 5, and I have a couple of options here. I could go to Animal Kingdom, to the I think one other quick service place that's actually open anymore. Or I could go to Magic Kingdom. And I'm actually going to go to Magic Kingdom here, and I was split between two. You said you love hot dogs, Eric, and I was thinking about going to Casey's Corner because
Mm.
there is a great mac and cheese. I mean, come on. But it's not where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to a place that I fell in love with recently. Then they changed their menu, pissed everybody off, and then they brought it back. Give me the Sleepy Hollow. Get me the waffle. Amber was talking about Mickey waffles earlier, and all I have on my mind since then was I'm going to Magic Kingdom and I'm going to Sleepy Hollow. The sweet and spicy waffle sandwich thing that they had was my favorite thing that I had ever had at Magic Kingdom, without a doubt. It was so good. And I love I love waffles. So that works too. So Eric, you still haven't been to Sleepy Hollow, right?
That's correct. Yes, I have not been there.
Yeah. All right. Then Amber, I guess I need your thoughts on this because Eric doesn't have any.
Yet. I think that you should definitely add it to your list when you make your way back over to this coast. But I lived through the drama of the original, the new iteration, and then back reverting to the original. I think that Sleepy Hollow is a slept on option for sure. Fun fact, this is, I think, the only location in park that has true hand dipped corn dogs also.
Hmm.
Mm.
So I was kind of missing that from Disneyland. Like there's good options there. Here in Orlando, not so much. So, and another thing I love about Sleepy Hollow is that any of those waffles that don't have the chicken, so there's like a Nutella one, a fruit one, those all also qualify as a snack on the Disney dining plan. So those are like
Mm.
a full meal, 850, I think, price point. Great use of snack credit. Just a little pro tip. So I think that that is a very solid Magic Kingdom
There we
option.
go. See,
The the
finishing it with
snack
a bang.
credit the snack credit strategy set by Disney themselves in Florida is sometimes mind-boggling to me. Like you said, there's sometimes you can get a full meal with a snack credit,
Or
and
a
other
side of
times,
ranch.
yeah, you're right, or a side of ranch, and it's like, okay, wait a minute, what are we? Okay,
Oh,
I
it's
think we
so
need to
confusing.
go.
They do a very poor job, I think. Like people have no idea how to tell. Like you can't really plan it ahead. Anyway, that's like a whole other episode, basically.
Oh, that little purple icon that's like snack credit, and everyone's like, I don't even know what that is. What does
Exactly.
that mean?
Exactly. Yep.
Yep. So there we
Well,
go. And now we go to Eric's round five.
and Eric wrote down his number five pick the second you took Bengal barbecue in round
Hmm.
one. And I knew exactly what I was going to do at Disneyland for my last pick. Again, I'm eligible to go to Hollywood Studios or Disneyland, but I'm not going to Hollywood Studios. I'm staying here in my backyard. And I don't know how this happened, but my number one all-time favorite quick service restaurant I get to take with my final pick. So I was so glad I get to save the best for last.
Alien Pizza Port. There it is,
I
everybody.
can't believe you figured it out. It's actually Cafe Daisy in Toontown. No. The
Amber's like, I'm
um
getting off this podcast as
yeah,
fast as
it's like
What's
possible.
I gotta
happening?
he's like, I gotta go. No, this is the best QSR. For my dollar, I try to eat dinner here as often as I possibly can because your boy
Oh, now I
loves
know where you're going.
his fried chicken plaza in restaurant number five. That's how I'm wrapping up my draft. I don't need to say anything other than that.
Such a weird quick service location, but it is a quick
It is
service
a quick service
location,
location.
which is crazy. Amber, what do you think of Plaza Inn here in number five?
I also did not know that that was quick service. I'm
Uh-huh.
not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, because my mind is blown over that fact, I think that it has to be a solid choice because what?
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Not necessarily on the value list, but it
Nope.
is it is a quick service location. You walk up, you order it, you can walk away. It's
And
kind of great.
you can turn around and get your dessert
Yep.
off the
Yep.
it's like a cafeteria setting. It
Yeah.
really is. Yeah. And
Um,
you order your stuff and you go sit at a table outside. Now, they they do other events there, right? Especially in the morning. They do the character breakfast and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And then they have the dessert party for, I don't know if it's currently going on, but it used to be an offering so you can watch the fireworks, which I've done before, and that's also a great option. But it's a very dynamic location in that sense where there are so many things that they can do with it. But if they serve the fried chicken at 9 a.m., I'd eat it.
It's
It's
true.
that good. It
It's
is that
true.
good.
It is delicious. Oh my goodness. What a great way to go in round five. That's huge. Huge. I mean, it's terrible. You should
I mean,
it was
wait.
a terrible pick. Um yeah, that was a terrible way to end the draft. Anyway, okay, so before Eric runs down the list, we are at the end of our draft. Amber, I'm sure you've got a list of them. What are the spots that we missed that we should have on this list?
I think that Hollywood Studios, I know that you guys are not a fan, but I think that Woody's Lunchbox has some
Ah,
great options. The seating, terrible. No shade. It's a horrible experience, but the breakfast tachos, the lunch tachos, I think that you get a lot of bang for your buck there. I would definitely add that. And I know that I hated on Florida Mexican food, but La Cantina and Epcot is actually really good. Like
pretty good.
for Orlando Mexican, top tier. I think too, Animal Kingdom, Satuli Canteen
Mm,
in the Pandora area, they have these cheeseburger bao
The bao
bun
buns,
sort
yeah.
of
hmm.
thing. Those are
Yeah.
pretty legit. I think that all in though, you both hit some of my heavy hitters that I
Okay.
would go to again and again. So I think you guys both did a great job.
Whew. All right,
Let's not
Eric.
talk about the fact that I struggled with La Cantina and I came this close to taking it, and
Yep.
then I
Yep.
switched it up at the last second.
I was close on it with
Uh,
Regal Eagle. But I wanted to go Regal Eagle. I, for some reason, wanted to double down on barbecue and not Mexican. So,
well, first of all, La Cantina de San Angel was great because you could, get your food and sit there and, back in my time, watch Illuminations, from the dock right there.
mhm,
That's why I love that
so good,
place.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
it's solid. I think I always end up there when it's like a thunderstorm, so a little bit scary with the outdoor seating, but
Yeah.
also like their margaritas are
Hmm.
amazing.
They get
Hmm.
the
Can't
job
really go
done. I'll
wrong.
tell you that. Yes, they do.
Get
Oh my
margaritas and an
goodness,
empanada.
so
That's
good,
how I would roll.
so good. I think that's what I did last time. Anyway, all right. So those are the ones that we missed. Eric, how about you run down the lists? Remind everybody at home what we got, even though they are right here. I think
They
it's
can see
right
it on the
here on
screen,
the
but it helps
screen
us
and
because we don't.
there. But yeah,
You do all that in post. We
yeah,
can't
yeah,
see
yeah.
it, so we got to write stuff
So
down.
run it down, and
All
then we
right.
will get to the big decision by Amber.
Christian had the number one pick. He went Bengal barbecue at Disneyland and Fairfax Fair at Hollywood Studios. Switched over to the West Coast, went to Disney California Adventure and took Cocina Cucamonga. Regal Eagle at Epcot, and then Sleepy Hollow at Magic Kingdom to wrap up his five. I started off with Flame Tree Barbecue at Animal Kingdom, then Columbia Harbor House at Magic Kingdom, Les Halles Boulangerie Patisserie at Epcot for me at number three. Award winners at DCA number four, and I wrapped it up with Plaza Inn Restaurant at Disneyland. And this is when we turn it over to Amber, who will let us know who won this episode of Drafting the Magic.
No pressure at all. This is very hard for me, actually. I'm quite surprised, but I think that with 4 out of 5 that I would 100% choose to go to, sorry, Christian, but Eric,
Yes.
Oh,
Eric, I'm
Hmm.
sorry. I think that you hit some hidden gems that people would be very pleasantly surprised to go to. And I agree with award wieners. I really like that one too.
My
So
heart,
great try.
both, metaphorically and physically, because of the hot dogs. My heart.
oh my goodness,
You know what that
just
means,
ridiculous.
Christian? You know what that means?
What does that mean?
Since episode 49, when we, came back from our break, first pick is now 0 and 3.
Wow.
How about
Bengal
that?
barbecue though, like that, I think I got lost a little bit with Fairfax Fair just because I don't
Sure.
think the value of those bowls is really worth the price, but
Yeah,
Bengal
yeah.
barbecue I think is the number one out of all of them.
I love
Crazy.
Bengal. I just
Crazy.
recently got back on the Bengal train too, because I was off of it for a while.
Mm-hmm. But you get back on, and
Even just
it
being able
keeps
to have
going.
like a side of rice, like literally no place in Disney World has a side of rice like that.
Yep, that's true.
Well,
That's
no,
true.
Columbia Harbor House, but
Mm,
it's not the same,
it's
okay?
different. It's just
Yeah.
different.
It's
Oh
just
my gosh. Well, Amber, thank you so much for joining us. Before you go, remind everybody where they can find you. I know it says it right there, but remind everybody where they can find you, all the social medias that you got. Tell everybody where they can learn more about Disney with you.
Yes, you could find me all the same handle, Park Hop with Amber, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are my main platforms.
We love it. Thank you so much for joining us. You were a great guest judge, and even though Eric wins for some reason, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not bitter. It's fine. I'm absolutely bitter, but that doesn't
Yeah.
matter at all.
Nope.
Eric, you got the big W here, but Amber, thank you so much. You were fantastic.
Yay, thank you.
Thanks, Amber. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Yes, let's go. Food ones always worry me because there's a lot of places I haven't been. But I guess I just hit on the right notes. So I'm excited about it. I'm gonna go celebrate with a hot dog.
Yeah, you do that. This is one that I felt confident about, but that doesn't necessarily always mean a win.
Look,
Um,
I don't think you had any missteps. I mean, I know she said Fairfax Fair, and I guess you could say that's a
yeah,
misstep
I can
when
see that.
in the whole thing. But looking at your list, man, I eat at all these places. I would eat at all of them had I
Hmm.
been to,
Hmm.
3 of the 5 of them. But I'd eat at Banga and Cucamonga and Regal Eagles Barbecue. Sign me up. Waffle
Yeah.
sandwiches. Yeah, I'll do it all.
Yeah, I thought it was a good one. Anyway, it's fine. I'm gonna go cry now. But Amber was great. Big thanks to her for joining us. Make sure you follow her on all the socials, and I guess I'll just sulk in a loss here.
It
Not
was
happy
one that
with
I'm
it.
surprised never got talked about. And I don't know how you feel about it, but one of the absolute staples of Disneyland, we didn't even mention it.
The corn dog cart.
2 things.
Okay.
I almost mentioned Little Red Wagon
Yeah.
there at the end, but I'm not a big corn dog fan.
Okay.
I will say if I do eat a corn dog, it will be from the Little Red
Sure.
Wagon. It is the best I've ever had, but I'm just not a corn dog guy. Bread bowls at Royal Street Veranda. I mean,
Yeah.
those are in Disneyland lore. Everybody talk, you gotta get the clam chowder, and I know
Hmm.
not everybody loves seafood, and I don't know how you feel about that, but there's gumbo, and I think they've
Gumbo.
done mac
Love
and cheese
gumbo.
before, right? In
Yep.
there as I don't know if it's a specialty or if it's a regular item now, but um, that's one place that everybody always talks about. We didn't even mention it until now.
Yeah. And I can't say I haven't been to the Hungry Bear barbecue jamboree or whatever
Oh
they're
yeah,
calling it now. So I figure it's
that's
kind
right.
of different. So, it's not necessarily the old Hungry Bear restaurant. So,
Didn't even
um,
mention Docking Bay 7. Didn't talk about Troubadour.
Ronto
And there's
Roasters. Yeah, there's a bunch
Ronto
of
Roast. Yeah,
options.
all these places, and that speaks to how spoiled we are out here in SoCal with how many places there are to stop in. That's just
Yeah.
Disneyland.
Yeah, but they're not all great. They're not all great. There, I said it. They're all
They're,
okay. I don't know.
they're not. They may not all be great, but I would say that they all at least have one item that it's like you got to try that.
And for theme park food, it's good. Like,
Right.
a lot of the places in a lot of other theme parks, you get okay theme park food, but
And don't get
you're
us
not getting
wrong,
good food. But
that exists in Disneyland also.
yes, it
There
does.
are there are places where it's like, oh yeah, this is theme park food.
Yeah.
But the places we picked, though, that's not normal theme
Nope.
park food.
Not normal
That's
theme park food.
that's some pretty good stuff.
Good stuff, and it was not good enough for me. And now I cry until our next episode, and maybe through our next episode. We'll see if I win that one. Regardless, make sure you drop a follow on social media, Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you go to X, TikTok. Did I say X? I don't even know if we're doing. I don't know. Make sure you go to
Been a
TikTok,
while.
Instagram, and Facebook. Make sure you're following us on YouTube, subscribed on YouTube, whatever the wording is. You know the wording. All the things you do for other podcasts, do it for our podcast. And even if you don't do it for those podcasts, do it for our podcast. Rate us 5 stars. Eric Pesolano is, gonna go munch on a hot dog. I am gonna go find something to eat. I don't know what it is. I don't know where producer Carl's gonna go, but big shout out to him for helping out with the show today. And until next time, Eric, I forget this, dude. I'm hungry.
Let's go eat.
Yep.